Hello friends, please subscribe our YouTube channel Allpedia and never miss any updates from us. In physics, a force is any interaction that, when unopposed, will change the motion of an object. A force can cause an object with mass to change its velocity, which includes to begin moving from the state of rest, e, to accelerate. Force can also be described intuitively as a push or a pull. A force has both magnitude and direction, making it a vector quantity. It is measured in the SI unit of newtons and represented by the symbol F. The original form of Newton's second law states that the net force acting upon an object is equal to the rate at which its momentum changes with time. If the mass of the object is constant, this law implies that the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on the object, is in the direction of the net force, and is inversely proportional to the mass of the object. Newton's first law of motion states that objects continue to move in the state of constant velocity unless acted upon by an external net force resultant force. Thus, this law is an extension of Galileo's insight that constant velocity was associated with a lack of net force. See a more detailed description of this below. Newton proposed that every object with mass has an innate inertia that functions as the fundamental equilibrium natural state in place of the Aristotelian idea cellular limited of the natural state of rest. That is, Newton's empirical first law contradicts the intuitive Aristotelian belief that a net force is required to keep an object moving with constant velocity. By making rest physically indistinguishable from non-zero constant velocity, Newton's first law directly connects inertia with the concept of relative velocities. Specifically, in systems where objects are moving with different velocities, it is impossible to determine which object is in motion and which object is at rest. The laws of physics are the same in every inertial frame of reference, that is, in all frames related by a Galilean transformation. Newton's second law asserts the direct proportionality of acceleration to force and the inverse proportionality of acceleration to mass. Accelerations can be defined through kinematic measurements. However, while kinematics are well described through reference frame analysis in advanced physics, there are still deep questions that remain as to what is the proper definition of mass. General relativity offers an equivalence between space, time, and mass, but lacking a coherent theory of quantum gravity India Limited. It is unclear as to how or whether this connection is relevant on microscales. With some